picking up where we left off, an organism must be able to maintain homeostasis. Okay, so this word says homeostasis, a stable, safe internal or inner environment. Okay, so for example, homeostasis means that you are staying normal. So what happens if you exercise? You start to sweat. Your body gets really hot. If your body overheats, then it can get hurt. So your cells are not going to like being super, super hot, and they can start to die if they get really hot. Your body maintains homeostasis or keeps a normal inner environment by making you sweat. When you sweat, your body cools down. So your sweat is the action that helps to maintain your homeostasis. Now, what happens if you get cold? If you get really, really cold, what does your body start to do? You start to shiver. So just like if you get too hot, if you get too cold, you can die. Your body naturally has a response. It wants to keep you at a normal temperature. In order to keep you at that temperature when you're really, really cold, your body starts to shiver. That shivering creates motion and friction in your muscles, and it helps to warm you up. So let's read this. Maintain internal environment homeostasis. Organisms keep conditions in their bodies fairly consistent to live, so your temperature, your pH. Your metabolism in an organism is almost always constant. Conditions include temperature, water levels, and salt levels. So if something changes outside of your body will change what's going on inside of it to keep you normal. So here's an example. So temperature control. In your home, if you try and keep your home cool, you turn on a fan or the air conditioning. In the winter, you turn on your heater. It keeps you warm. Your body does that naturally. In order to keep you cool or to cool you off, you sweat. And in order to warm you up, you shiver if you're cold. Another characteristic of living things is that they are able to adapt and evolve. So an adaptation is an inherited change. So you got this from your parents. Okay? So if you have brown hair, you inherited that from your parents, or your parents gave you that trait. So here we have a leaf bug. This leaf bug this is not a real leaf. This is actually part of their body. So over millions and millions of years, these little leaf bugs have adapted or passed down the green trait to have a green leaf-looking body. Okay? These changes happen over time, many, many, many generations, not overnight. So for example, in adaptation to climate, red foxes blend into their environment. Arctic foxes also blend into their environment, okay? Their fur is thick and white and has a much more compact body because it's super cold and snowy in the Arctic. To be alive, here is a giant list of everything that you need to know. An organism must be made of one or more cells, must display organization, must grow and develop, must reproduce, must respond to stimuli, must use energy, must maintain homeostasis, and they must be able to adapt. Okay, so what's missing? So each of the following are not living because they lack one or more of those characteristics. Okay, this is a feather. This came from a living thing, but it cannot grow or develop or reproduce. It is not a living thing. These are clouds. Okay, they can't respond to stimuli. They have no control. They can't adapt. They're not alive. Fire is able to move, and it's hot, but it can't choose to do that. It can't reproduce itself. Okay? All of these things, this is also just a chemical. All these things are not alive. Okay. So I need you to answer the question, what makes you alive? Okay, what makes you alive? Be able to answer that question on a test. Okay, good job.